What's up, Internet? My name's Tyler, this is B&W Garage, and behind the camera with... What's up, Internet? My name's Tyler, this is B&W Garage. So, in this episode, I've got the differential out. Unscrew this, and you're exposed to this, which is your axle sticking out right here. And you got that nut, so you put that aside, and then all you've got to do now is get these off of the differential. Then you have to get up under here and undo these. There's two here, one right here. This is controlling for the rear sway bar, and that has to come off so that we can get it out from under here. Ow! This isn't exactly a one-to-one DIY, but there are tons of really great DIY how-tos on the internet, and this is basically just some tips and tricks on how to make this work for you. Boom! And the tip is to have one of these. The other tip is to have one of these little adjustables. And these things are great because you can pretty much get in any angle you want up here with this big old thing. But it runs off a compressor, so it's a little noisy. Just so you know. Now I've got to get these sensors out and the drive shaft off. So, along with removing these two sensors for the ABS, I move along onto the drive shaft and removing the bolts that connect that. All made very easy by the air gun. Also, make sure not to forget about the 3 bolts that hold in the differential itself. The limited slip is out of there. I don't know if you can really see, but it's a little rusted, and it's really dry in there, and you'll actually get a clicking noise from this. And you can take it into Nissan. They don't really have a recall for it, but you can take it into Nissan and complain about it, and they can fix it for you. But since I'm here, basically, all they do is some nice grease. But essentially, they just re-grease all this back in here, which I am rather obviously doing right now. So, and cut. So then we head up to Portland for a few parts, including a welded diff and a mystery part that's got an awesome episode I'm super excited to be making really soon. And then also parts for my buddy's WRX that he just picked up, and this is a part of that trip. Aaron got a new Subaru. Aaron stalled. I have a broken ankle. Give me a break. I just got a welded diff for the 350, which is gorgeous. And now we're heading off to get the next part, which is secretive. inside of a box is just brilliant. A lot of people go with SPL for whatever reason, and I went with Siggy because, well, they were cheaper. It was almost like $200 for the SPL, and these are pretty much the same thing. So, okay, and here they are. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that. Whoa, that's nice. Aluminum, aircraft grade aluminum. I see where their money went into. It was sticking the emblems all over. So now I am back here in the garage, or at least in front of the garage, about ready to get this new diff all back up in, and it should be a complete transformation of the rear end as far as handling, control, and any sort of wheel hop that I'm going to have. So let's get to it and let's get building this. This is the main one, and it's very hard to see, but there is a rip right on the top. For sure this one has to be replaced, and then the other two here. Now, pulling down part of the rear subframe, undoing these 4 bolts, helps me get a little bit better access to the actual bushing. The best method I found online was to drill out the bushing as much as possible with a drill bit until you could fit a sawzall blade inside of the bushing and start cutting out the entire bushing from the middle outwards. So scratch this up a little bit. You know what? It's a subframe. It's not gonna matter. But I saw the final bit of metal move and voila. And here's the ring. Using the same technique again for the 2 bushings on the ears of the differential. So to seat these, this one's on already and they are a tight fit. But what you can do, I have an extra bolt to whack and the plate for the top of the differential, or where it kind of holds everything together, and I'm putting that on top and I'm just whacking it with the hammer as hard as I can. And they're going in pretty easily this way. If you have a press, use the press to put the bushings in, but if you don't have that, it is able to be done with nothing but a hammer. So this bushing is the one that is the main one that you want to replace for less wheel hop, especially with drifting. You get the rear end bouncing around a lot. That's because this blows out super easily. Mine was blown out. This car only has around 80,000-90,000 miles, so I'm sure it's on anyone's over about 100,000 miles. I put this in the freezer for about an hour, and it's starting to fit a little bit better than it was before. So I'm gonna bang this in and see where we're at then. Some of the DIYs online showed using dry ice to try and make the bushing itself smaller. I just put it in the freezer for a while and hoped that would do it, and ended up pounding it in with the hammer that I used earlier. Don't tell me to use a rubber mallet or something to cover it, because I tried that multiple times. And to be honest, I'm a little sad that I'm messing up the look of the bushing. But at the end of the day, it's a bushing. No one is going to see this. And it still fits fine. And it works perfectly fine. Looking at you, internet. I know you're going to say it. This is 90 pounds. It's f***ing heavy. It's 90 pounds in an uncomfortable position. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. And with everything installed, time to put everything back together. And time for a little bit of a test drive. watching. Make sure to subscribe so that you can see the review of this actually driving with the welded diff, see how it changes up, and also those bushings being put in there. Running with that limited slip diff in there for so long at over 3 or 4 events, which was terrible, and then finally being able to jump onto the welded diff and none of that wheel hop with those bushings installed. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See you guys.
Better work on your drifting, bro, so you can hit this live. Oh shit! Can I film that?
What was that about my drifting?
Can we go back so I can